Hello to all who's watching. Today I have a video and it's titled The Journey is Lonely, or better yet, The Journey to Success is a Lonely One. Now you may be asking, well, I've heard that before, but what's your perspective? And I'll be glad to answer that for you. The way I'm going to approach this is not by using other stories as I will in the future for other videos and topics, but I will be using my own personal story of why the journey to success is a lonely one. Let's dive into it. Okay. Now, growing up, I thought the way one could measure their success in life or accomplishments was by the amount of peers they had around them and the amount of peers that were comfortable enough with them where they socialized on a consistent basis. And because of that, I personally would chase that, objective to have the most people I could have around me. But sooner than later, come to find out that that's probably not the smartest approach. That's probably not quite right. See, the thing is, when you are worried about others and chasing them to be your friend, or, entertaining them, if you're not chasing them, or I guess entertaining is a better word to use. Entertaining them, right? You get so involved in doing that you learn so much about those people, you forget about yourself. Well, what do I mean by how can you forget about yourself? Well, I believe personal growth, real personal growth, whether it's financially, economically, spiritually, physically, it starts in the center of loneliness, in the sense of private time. Not you don't have to isolate everyone from out of your life, but it definitely starts with personal time to say, what do I want? Where do I want to be? Right? Now, in the course of me entertaining those people, I never asked myself those questions of, what do I want? Where do I want to be? Remember that. What do I want? And where do I want to be? Right? Because I was entertaining them, those questions did not cross my path on a consistent basis that would keep me on track to what I wanted to do and where I saw myself in the future. As you know, they say show me who your friends are and I will tell you who you are. Or another saying is, birds of a feather flock together. If you surround yourself with those who are not asking themselves, or who have not given them the opportunity to ask themselves, what do I want and where do I want to be? How do you in return expect personal growth? How do you expect to enhance your life in whatever aspect, financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually? You cannot do that if you have surrounded yourself with people who have not asked themselves those two questions. It's not possible. Now, going back to me, I had become so great at entertaining people and capturing people's entertainment that I gradually created my own crowd. I would like to say back in high school there was cliques, right? Well, I would have been that kid who didn't necessarily fit in a particular clique. However, the various cliques in the school all knew me and they were all cool with me. So that allowed me to jump from, place to place to place to place. Now that is a good skill to have. Yes, indeed it is. However, you will come to find out if you do not narrow the group of people you hang out with, ultimately you will be serving yourself a disadvantage. And I, as a result, learned that. As time passed, I realized that, hey, I am getting older. Though I'm not that old. I just turned 21, March 2nd. I realized, hey, I am getting older. And I realized a change needs to come. However, partying with those people that I've been entertaining was a lot of fun. Going out and, doing stuff was a lot of fun. And that is all great. I believe a lot of stuff are good in moderation. However, when you do not leave yourself time for personal growth by yourself, you cannot ask yourself those two questions. You cannot get a clear depiction of what's laid in your heart of what do I want to do and where do I want to be. So time progressed and I realized okay, something's not right. I feel dull. I feel as if I'm meant for more. However, that feeling of me feeling like I was meant for more did not change the course of my actions to allow myself the personal time I needed to ask myself those two questions of what do I want to do and where do I want to be. The good thing for me, and I'm sure the same thing's happening to you right now, is that something kept eating away at you as you would hang out with them. So you would have fun, but you'd realize I could probably be spending my time doing something else. If you've ever felt that, that is a very, very good feeling. Don't ignore that feeling. Chances are you are meant to do something very great with yourself. You have to believe in yourself. Okay? So I kept getting that feeling of this is fun, hanging out with them. This sure is fun, but what is there to gain from this? But temporary pleasure, temporary satisfaction, fun. It got to the point where that's what consumed me, but I had not yet made that move to transition to give myself the personal time I needed. One could say I was afraid of being alone. One could say I was so accustomed to being around others and reflecting those I saw that I didn't give myself the appropriate time needed to develop my own character as a person, as a man, right? So there's multiple ways you can look at it. Either for when I'm talking about myself, and also when you look at yourself and you look within yourself internally and you go, okay, well, what's my reasoning for why I haven't made the step to change my course of directions on giving myself personal time? So when I did give myself personal time, right, I realized that, wow, this is what's been in my heart of what I want to do. I don't need to go into the details of that, but it had to do within the realm of engineering, STEM, helping third world countries, alternative energy, stuff of that nature. And of course, creating my own YouTube channel dedicated to males, and helping them become the ultimate versions of them through my own personal life experiences, which I would then share through this platform of YouTube and Facebook or wherever this video gets shared to, and my other videos forthcoming. It wasn't until then when I sat down with myself and went, this is what I want to do. Now the question, once you find out what you want to do, is where do I want to be? Where do I want to be a week from now? Where do I want to be a month from now? Where do I want to be 12 months from now? Right? Where do I want to be? Well, once you find out where you want to be, so that you then know what you want to do and where you want to be, then at that moment, you can then start to strategize on how you're going to get to where you want to be. And I'm sure you will find out, as I personally found out, you cannot be and get to where you want to be if you spend 90% of the majority of your time entertaining others. It is not possible. I will say it again. It is not possible. Why? Because everybody has their own unique journey. When you set out on your journey, you will find those that are like you, and they can accompany you on that journey of wherever you want to be. It doesn't have to be financially. It can be spiritually, right? Christianity, whatever religion you are, right? It doesn't have to be financially. It could be physically, fitness, whatever that is, right? And once you do that, once you give yourself alone time, you start to strategize. You will realize the only way I can make progress is if I start by myself and work and build myself up. Why is that? It's because the foundation is the most important. It's the most important place within the building. Your foundation of yourself, of your character, it is very, very important. You cannot build on a shaky foundation. Giving yourself the time needed privately to hone in on whatever skills, if it's programming, if it's math, physics, marketing, DJing, fixing cars. By doing that, you will see the most progress. And by doing that, you'll be able to hone in on what do I need to learn, who do I need to go find to teach me what I need to learn, or where, outsourcing, finding what you need, right? That's when all of those stuff will come to pass. So then again, once again, I would like to say, don't give up. Allow yourself personal time. Allow yourself to ask yourself these two questions when you're in your alone time, or even when you're with others, because that may course you to find yourself some alone time. And those two questions, once again, are: what do I want to do? And where do I want to be? If you ask yourself those two very important questions, you will realize that life has much, much, much more meaning than you ever thought. And you will find much, much more satisfaction by being able to answer those two questions. I just hope this video was helpful to anyone who's watching this. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please leave a comment, of any ways to improve my video, please hit the thumbs up for inspiration so I can keep going. And please hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. Forthcoming videos will be coming. Thank you.